Hi, how are you today? This is Auntie Nat's Crochet. Glad you chose this tutorial video. Do subscribe to my channel. The subscribe button is at this corner over here. It will mean a lot to me. I have hundreds of videos, so do check them out. And today I'm going to make a chrysanthemum flower, a slightly different one from the previous pose. And this is the smaller flower. So I'm going to use lace yarn. These are lace yarn, and you would need wire. I chose this 0.8 mm wire, and also some green tapes so that you can cover up the wire. So this is one of the bud. The video is in the earlier post, and I am going to use a 2.5 mm hook. Okay, now let the fun begin. Okay, I'm gonna start by making the core of the flower. I'm gonna do a chain 4. You make a knot. Okay, this is just my habit of making a knot. Then chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. When you chain 4, you go to the first stitch, and do a slip stitch. And you see this hole in the middle here, it'll be a very small hole. So you start to do single crochet into that hole. How many single crochet? Do as much as you can. Do until it turns out to be something like this. This is a chain 8. I started with a chain 8, so you turn out this big. So you're supposed to get something like this, but not this big. So this one is only a chain 4. And you see the hole here in the middle? See the hole in the middle here? You're going to continue to do this until you get something like that. This will be the core of the flower. It looks like the flower hasn't opened up nicely yet. With this in the middle, the middle part is still closed, but the outer layer is open. So you just do single crochet all around. You don't have to count your number of single crochet. Just do until this hole is sealed. Can you see there's a small hole here? Do until it's sealed up. This is actually the back of the flower, not yet the front. I'll show you how the front look like later. Let me get this tail completely hidden first. I do not want to cut it away. Just hide it inside. Just hide it when you do single crochet. There, hide until you cannot see it anymore. And I completely hide the tail. This is the back of the flower. Keep doing this until the hole is quite sealed up. I think the hole is completely sealed. This is the back of the flower. This is how the front look like. I'm gonna do a few more stitches because of this here. Let me cover this part here. Now it looks better. So I'll make this as the core of my flower. If you want, you can still make a few more. Let me make 1 or 2 more here to cover up just now that part there. Okay, it's done. So this is way smaller than this. This is a chain 8, this is a chain 4. You can even do a chain 5 or a chain 6. So all this I will try and hide it nicely like this. Okay, and here I'm going to cut the yarn. I would have to use the normal sewing needle and put this through and fro here. Just make it go through and fro here, and we're gonna hide this tail here. Okay, now we're gonna go and do the next step for this. The small petal at the side, it's like as if the flower hasn't really opened up much, but you still have a core like this. That you can make a bigger core if you want. I will try with this first, and later I can make another one. Okay, so the tail here, don't cut it off just like that, and bring it around like this. Sew a few times so that the yarn is hidden inside, in between all this, so it won't come off easily. Eventually I would have to cut it too, because I cannot tuck it in like an amigurumi. You know how when we do a bear or a cat, so you can just tuck it in. This is not that easy. So I'll just make a few stitches here and there, and I'll just cut it off. And I have a tiny flower core. Look at that. Okay, now we are going to do the petal all around it. Okay, I cut a piece of wire. The length is up to you, and this small tiny bud here, turn to the back and poke it right through like this. Just poke it through the middle like this, and find a midpoint and bend it like this. So this is the core of the flower, and this one, bend it like this. If not mistaken, this aluminum, and it's easy to bend. So you just leave this like this. If you can, make this part thin. And now I'm gonna make few layers of petals and stuff it in and sew it layer by layer. So if you want a smaller flower, you just do 4 to 6 layers, or maybe 5. So you want a bigger flower, the petal will be longer, and maybe you do about like 10 or 20 depending. Okay, let me just show you one of it. Oh yeah, I'm gonna start with a magic circle. Make a magic circle or a magic ring. Curl it around your finger. Pull up a loop and make a knot. And you have a magic circle like this. Tighten this knot here. Once you have a magic circle, do a single crochet. So after this single crochet, you're gonna chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And chain 4. You go to the second stitch from the hook. This is the hook. This is the first stitch. I go to the second stitch and do a slip stitch. Then you have 2 more stitch left. These 2 stitch I'm going to do single crochet. When I do this, the petal will curl a bit, so it will kind of curl up to the core, I hope. Then you go back to the ring, the magic ring here, and do a single crochet. Then you do another single crochet, and again 1 2 3 4, and you go to the second stitch from the hook, do a slip stitch, and then you do single crochet, and 1 more single crochet into the ring, magic ring, and again another single crochet. This makes 1 petal, so now I'm going to make 6 of it. 1 2 3 4, slip stitch, single crochet, and a single crochet, and a single crochet into the magic ring, and another single crochet into the magic ring. Pull a bit of this tail first because it's losing. I'm losing the tail. Okay, something like this. 1 2 3, and it's 6. So 1 2 3 4. Do the second stitch, do a slip stitch, then you're going to do single crochet and single crochet, and single crochet into the ring. 1 more time single crochet, and again 1 2 3 4. You're going to do a slip stitch and a single crochet, single crochet, oops, and a single crochet into the ring, another single crochet. 1 2 3 4 5. So now I do my last petal. 1 2 3 4. You slip stitch on the second stitch from the hook, and you do single crochet, single crochet, and single crochet into the magic ring, and another single crochet. 1 2 3 4 5 6. And you can slip stitch to this first one here if you want. You have to leave a long tail for sewing. Gonna sew it straight to the core here. So you're gonna put this through first. Put this right through it, then pull the magic ring shut. Shut the magic ring. Okay, now bring this petal up here, and then you pull the magic ring. Pull the magic ring, make the hole smaller, and you sew around here. Sew all around the bottom part here. Sew this onto this piece. Hold it nicely and sew this piece to this piece. It depends. If you do not like to sew, maybe you can add glue, but I do not like to add glue, so I just make a few stitches. You can actually poke it all the way to the other side and come out here, and you just go through and fro. A few stitches will do, because I'm gonna make a few more of this petal, and I keep adding until you come to a point where you think the flower is big enough. So for this one, this is chain 4. So this chain 4, I think I'm gonna make 3 of it. This is one set of 6. So I'm gonna make 2 more. So after that 2 more, maybe I'm gonna make a longer petal and add a few more. Okay, so once I've sewed this nicely, I'm gonna make 2 more. I'm gonna show you how the other 2 will look like once I add it on. Okay, I just don't want that screeching sound. So I will be sewing this off screen. If not, this will scratch the table and you will find that irritating scratching sound. So I'm going to do offline. So this one will look like this, not much because this is the first layer. So I'm going to do another few layers so that here kind of will cover up. The other 2 set is the same, it's only 6 petals like this. And then we will fill in the gap. So I'll come back to you once I have all 3 petals sewn nicely onto the flower, or you can start using glue to glue it on. Okay, I've attached 3 of these. Actually, I think 2 is already enough. You can just do 2 sets of it and sew it on here. So now I'm going to make another set, a different one, slightly longer. Sorry, I'm going to start with a magic circle. I'm going to do a single crochet, and this time round I'm going to chain 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to slip stitch on the second stitch from the hook. This is the hook, this is the first stitch, this is the second stitch. You slip stitch onto the second stitch, oops. You slip stitch on the second stitch, and the rest you do single crochet. So which means you should have 6 single crochet. When you do a slip stitch followed by single crochet, this will curl a bit. I'm going to do slip stitch into the next stitch, and I'm going to continue. I'm not going to do a single crochet. So I'm going to do chain 8 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I'm going to do a slip stitch on the second stitch from the hook, and I'm going to do single crochet all the way down. And I'm just going to slip stitch. So you have something like this. So I'm going to do 10 of this and attach it here and sew it. So this one will be slightly longer, so you're going to cover it like this. So depending, if after I do this one set of 10 it still look not enough, I can do one more depending how large you want the flower to be. So now I'll do just one set first and show you how it look like. So do 10 of this. Okay, I've done 10 of this. It will curl because I want the small bud, the flowers is supposed to curl up because they haven't really opened up yet. So you just put through the wire here, pull the magic ring, and then push it all the way up here. And make stitches here so that all these will cover up like this, like a small flower. It's gonna curl a bit, but the core is this one. That's the difference between this flower and the earlier flower, because the earlier flower does not have this core. This one has this core, you know, like the chrysanthemum, when it's not opened up fully, it always has this in the middle. So now just use a normal sewing needle, because this is kind of small. You can't really use tapestry needle. Let me see where I start from. Oops, sorry, I have to do this off screen because this wire is not only getting in the way, it's gonna have screechy sound. Can you hear that? Or it might scratch my phone. So I hope you know how to do this, just like the earlier one. You just make a few stitches here onto this last piece here. You don't have to sew all the way to this core. You can sew it onto this piece. So if you want the petal to kind of curve this way, make 1 or 2 stitches here so that it will face this way. Like this one, it curls this side. I push it back to the front, make 1 stitch here, so it will all curl to the front. Like this as well, make 1 stitch here and make it all curl to the front. So it will look like a flower bud that is not open up yet. Okay, I'll come back to you when I have all this nicely sewn, and then we're gonna make that green part, the sepal. What is it called, the sepal? We're gonna make that green part. So as for now, just sew this around. Make sure all this, every single petal face up nicely like this. Okay, now we're going to do the green part of the flower, the sepal, the green part at the bottom there. So we're going to start off with a magic circle. You're going to make a knot. Inside this magic circle, I'm going to do 5 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 single crochet, and this magic ring here, do not pull too tight. Just like this will do, because I need this to put the wire in, to poke the wire in, so just let it be. And we go to that first stitch and we do increase. Increase means 2 single crochet into the same stitch. And let me add a marker. So 1, 2 single crochet into 1 stitch. This is 1 increase, 2 increase, 3 increase, 4 increase, and 5 increase. So we should have 10 stitches in this row. This hole here, you don't have to pull too tight. just let it be. Magic ring here. Then I'm going to do single crochet followed by an increase. So I go to the first stitch here. Okay, let me see where is the magic circle. Here, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is the one. This one. This is the stitch. Then this one, pull it downwards. So I'm going to do 1 single crochet. The hole here I did not pull too tight. 1 single crochet followed by increase, and this is 1 set, and I'm going to do 5 sets of it. 1 single crochet, increase, 1 single crochet, increase, 1 single crochet, increase, and this is the last set. 1 single crochet, increase. And now I'm going to do single crochet all around. So I should have 15 stitches here. So now I'm going to do single crochet all around. One single crochet in every stitch. So 15 stitches. Now I'm gonna slip stitch to the next stitch. Okay, here we have 15 stitches, and every 3 of these will make 1 of that sepal, that one triangle part here. So I slip stitch here. Now I go to the next stitch, slip stitch, chain 1, and I'm going to do a double crochet together, 3 double crochet together, like the 2 together. So you have 3 stitches on your hook. I am going to put through 2, yarn over, again, put through 2, and 1 more, put through 2, and you should have 4 stitches on your hook. You're gonna yarn over all, chain 2, go to this part here, this part here where we join, and do a slip stitch. It's like a peacock. Then I'm going to chain 1. You go to the next stitch here, and you're going to slip stitch. This complete 1 set like this. So you have this pointy thing here. Then go to the next stitch, and do a slip stitch, and I'm going to chain 1, yarn over, and I'm going to do, in the next stitch, I'm going to do double crochet, 3 double crochet together. The main aim is to make this 3 stitch become 1 petal. Yarn over, chain 1 and another 1, and then slip stitch, then chain 1, slip stitch to the next stitch. So I have 1, 2. Oops, I think this is a bit crooked. I'll redo that again. But anyway, once you sew it onto the flower, it's not noticeable. I think this is crooked. And let's try one more here. So long you should have 5 of this. See, this 3 stitch here makes 1. Go to the next stitch, slip stitch, chain 1, yarn over, go to the middle stitch here. I mean, out of the 3, use the middle one, and do a 3 double crochet, 3 double crochet together, you know, like a 2 together. So this is a 3 together. Maybe if I chain 1, I'll go in through here and slip stitch. Yeah, it'll be very pointy. So you go to that middle part here instead, and you chain 1, go to the next stitch and slip stitch. So this is way better. I think this 2 is crooked, so you do it this way. Let me show you one more time. You go to the next stitch, slip stitch, chain 1, yarn over, go to the next stitch and do a double crochet, 3 double crochet together. You have 4 on your hook, put through all, and you just chain 1 instead of chain 2, and you go back to this part here and do a slip stitch, then you chain 1 and slip stitch to the next. Yes, this is way better. This is pointy, this is crooked. So follow this one instead of this one. I did wrongly here. So you should have 5 of it. And I'll come back to you and show you how I attach it to the flower. Okay, this part here I need to push it in. That's the magic ring where I didn't pull properly. Once I attach it to the wire, I pull properly, this will disappear. So I'll come back to you. I need to redo this too because it's crooked. Okay, I've done these 5 parts of it. I just leave the tail inside. You push it upwards and sew it all along. So it looks like as if this flower is going to open up. I can still see that core flower in the middle. Does it look like that? I'm not sure. Well, okay, let me sew this first and we can shape it around. Oops. Sew this first, we can shape it around, and then I'm going to wrap this up with the green tape. So here, same thing, when you sew, make sure this tip stays upwards like that instead of, you know, it will curl down. So make one stitch here, every pointy part here, make one stitch. So here, let me make one stitch over this side. So you just sew one stitch onto the flower. Oops. Once on this sepal, this pointy part here, especially the pointed part, make one stitch so that it looks like it's you know, way up to the flower. Just make one stitch on the flower. Oops. Whoa, you can get tangled. You just make one stitch here and pull this upwards like this. So make all 5 of it so that it will stay down. Okay, I have sewed it nicely like this, and you see all the pointed part here. I made one stitch so it goes upward, it does not fall back or become crooked. So now I'm going to wrap this around here. The first wrap is normally quite slippery. It will slip away, so I would suggest that you wrap somewhere here first, then push it upwards. Push until you cannot see the steel part here, the wire. You can't see the wire. So keep turning until you come to the bottom part. You can make it shorter if you want. I make it long because I want to curl it around another wire together with the leaves and the flower part. So the longer it is, the easier I'm gonna work with. I have more wrapping, so you get more secure on the bigger wire. And you just cut this off. And you just turn it around. It will stick there, see. So thank you for watching. Hope you like this pattern. This is a flower bud chrysanthemum, not open yet, but you can still see this bud inside. So I'll look forward to seeing you in my next post. Bye for now.